I think first and foremost, anytime you're dealing with human beings, and then you're dealing with human beings together that form culture, you know, we all bring a lot of baggage to the table. And really unpacking individual baggage, unpacking collective, you know, team baggage, things that have been potentially passed on from team to team to team or class to class to class. And then figuring out, okay, we have all of this out on the table. Now, what can we do to move forward? Are we willing to do the work to move forward? And then how do we move forward?
You guys have to really, really communicate on who's getting back. Okay, really communicate on who's getting back.
So yeah, of course, the first probably year to year and a half was incredibly difficult.
I think anytime I come in and work with a team, there's a little bit of a distance because they don't know me. But when I'm able to say, hey, I'm a former coach, I understand the world that you live in, I understand your challenges as a student athlete, and most of the processes and tools that I use are very experiential, and that works really well for athletes. They like to be hands-on, they like to experience a process. And so most of them bought into the process, but it took a while for them to see some forward movement and some progression.
We've definitely had some emotional meetings, not gonna lie. Mostly, you know, the first 2 years of being here. And we just had to, I mean, you know, we were not where we are right now. So those emotional meetings happened because everybody was frustrated. Nobody wanted to be losing. Nobody wanted to not have a relationship with the coaches. Like, it was just a matter of how do we do that. And that's how Molly steps in and helps us out to be able to create that.
As a team, we're just like trying to find our way. We didn't really know where we were going, how we were going to get there. And we just need a starting point, and I feel like she was definitely that starting point for us.
My conversations with Molly weren't that tough. I think the conversations with the team once we brought Molly in were really tough and a lot of things to work through.
I think when I first got here, one of the challenges that I noticed was everyone seemed so guarded. It was almost like I had to protect myself. I had to hold on to things. And this is now a team where players will come to me and say, I have something I want to share with my teammates. Can you help me do that? And so we have a team session and we figure out a process where people can share those things.
The energy with this team is like contagious. Like, if you have a good energy, everyone's going to feed off of that. And we've just been like trying to build that every day, that foundation of coming in with really good energy, because that's when we perform at our best.
Energy, focus, intensity, and togetherness. Execution is out the window if we don't have these things right here. Energy from the get-go. Energy from the get-go.
Having that energy from like person to person, like trying to get everyone going. And once we get going, like some games, like we would not play really good in the first half, but our third quarter was always our best quarter because we had to get going energy-wise. And once we had that energy, we were basically unstoppable.
Like, everybody brings their own type of energy, which allows you to just get hype, and we haven't had that in practice. Practice is fun now. Like, this year it's fun, competing is fun, winning is fun. So having that type of energy, I think, first of all, brought us closer together, and second of all, allowed us to like play harder and play for each other.
We put the team first, not individuals, and that's really been a really big thing for us, is just putting the team first.
One exercise that we were doing this year that Molly had us doing with pictures. Lots of different people stepped up from a leadership position. Lots of different people took a step back and became followers. We trusted one another. We communicated with one another, communicated through different perspectives in that exercise, and we got it dead on. Not close, but dead on. And I think afterwards, you know, I talked to our staff and I talked to Molly, and I'm like, this is my proudest moment. This shows how far we've come from a culture standpoint. This shows exactly the direction that we want to be going. It was an incredibly difficult task, and we did it.
Family on three, 1, 2, 3. Family!